Hey guys, XD Slicer here, and I know it's been a while. I haven't uploaded in a long time. I've just been busy with other things and little projects going on, whether it be me developing a game or plugins. I've just been busy. Well, not really. I'm just lazy. Anyways, let's get into the video. I do want to say this is my opinion. Please do not hate on me for this. I know everyone has very different opinions than I do. So take that into consideration, and before you go disliking and commenting, "Oh my god, this guy is so fucking dumb." Uh no, this is just my opinion and my opinion alone. Thank you guys for your support and sticking with me through these times I've been content dry or not knowing what to upload. I really do appreciate every single one of you. And before this video starts, if you haven't already and you do like my content, feel free to subscribe. And also feel free to like the video if you do enjoy this video and content like this. Thank you. Now let's get into the video. Now, like I said, this video is my opinion and my opinion alone. And with that in mind, I will confidently state that the Backwater Bayou is very, very disappointing. It is a small water fishing island meant for early game fishing players. There's really nothing that it adds besides new mechanics to fishing rods known as hooks, lines, and sinkers. So, IRL fishing. And I mean, people just go with cheap hooks, sinkers, and lines really don't matter unless you're going for a heavier fish. Now, with this system, they made older rods completely obsolete just due to the fact of, well, we're adding these sinkers, so might as well just not really care at all. And they removed these items from the museum, then obviously you see it's broken. Well, you take the broken rod to Roddy here, and it gives you a challenging rod, and that's it. Oh, it's also got a spooky or a phantom hook on it. And it just kind of feels like an insult to these rods, is because they had all opportunities to make these rods better or even good. But they decided, yeah, no, let's not do that. And hell, even let's take Ice and Yeti Rod, for example. It gives you an icy sinker, and then it also gives you, oh wow, an icy sinker. So, like, the Yeti Rod itself gets converted into a challenging rod, and the Ice Rod gets converted into a challenging rod. You know, a rod that used to be valued higher than the Ice Rod, not by much, but in terms of early game Yeti fishing, if you couldn't get the auger rod. Now, the auger rod turns into Rod of the Sea, and with the same exact sinker on it. Now, as for what is underwhelming about this update is, I mean, it's a fishing update. Why is there barely any water? Now, you may be saying, Slicer, there's plenty of fucking water. That's kind of true, but what I meant is, like, why is there barely any viable fishing spots? Now, the key thing to do when you're fishing is, or easiest thing to do when you're fishing is sit here, hold this down, and just let the sea creatures fly behind you, no matter what it is. So then you don't have to deal with it. And as you can see, no matter the angle of my player and or fishing line, they fly off to the side. And they're supposed to fly behind me, so I could not have to deal with killing them, and I could let other people kill them so they could get the loot share on them. Now, as for water fishing, it added, I think it was like 7 water sea creatures, and each one have unique names, or especially the hotspot only ones. Like, you have the Titan Boa, Wiki Tiki, and I forget what the other one is. Forgive me. Oh, blue ringed octopus. Now, that's only 3 out of the total they added to water fishing, because they also added frogman, trash gobbler, banshee, alligator, turtle, just quite a few to the water fishing. Then as for lava fishing, all they added was Fireproof Witch, Fried Chicken, I think its name is. Very clever name, by the way. Then they also added, I think it's a Headless Horseman or something of the sorts, and a Fiery Scuttler to lava fishing. It's like they don't care about lava fishing at all, and they just wanted, hey, yeah, we're making a fishing update for early game, and that's about it. And I will agree, this itself is a complete early game island. The fact that the hotspots also have double hook chance. What rods have double hook besides, I think it's giant rod? And giant rod itself is slow. Yeah, giant fishing rod. It has a base 20% chance. And oh, yeah, it costs 5 bill on AH if you want a giant rod. Now, with this, I'm not saying that you can't get a double hook on a rod of the sea, but they didn't really implement any new rods whatsoever. Yes, you could spend the money on I think it's the Titan hook or sinker, or a Titan line. Sorry, I should do my research before making a video. Yeah, the Titan line gives you 2 double hook chance. That's it. Like, what is the real point in it? Because, first off, you'd have, what is the base double hook chance of a rod of the sea? 0. You get 0% on the rod of the sea. Then, as long as you have, that's only 4.5 for, oh yeah, I guess it is. But, like, not even Gill Splash gives you the requirements for double hook. It's just like, here, have more fishing speed. No fishing chance, just fishing speed. Or double hook chance, or sea creature chance. Now, the issue isn't with fishing speed, because even with 100 or 200, you're almost instantly catching fish always. And even in these hot spots, God, they're tiny. And yeah, even in these hot spots, like, there's always a chance that you'll get that double hook, or you'll have a higher fishing speed in it. I mean, I have almost 300 fishing speed, plus whatever fish bait uses. And that's basically it. Like, there's no need to keep increasing fishing speed beyond that. It's the sea creature chance that players need. But that's enough about that. The real thing I was disappointed about in this update wasn't about the hooks, lines, sinkers. It just felt like they copied and pasted any other island fishing that they added, whether it be, the mithril deposits, whether it be Hub Island, whether it be the Spider's Den, is, yes, you have a few new water sea creatures plus the hotspot sea creatures that are required in the Bayou. That's basically it. Everything else is still Rider of the Deep and just catfish and deep sea protector sea witches and sea archers and stuff like that. You barely fish any of the new sea creatures just due to how flooded water fishing is, due to just the base system on it. And honestly, when I expected a fishing update, I expected some older sea creatures, Sea Emperor, Carrot King, blah blah blah, yada yada. Just not some of the very early on sea creatures. And I get it. The Bayou is meant for those players new to fishing, new to any of the fishing mechanics that there are. And I get that. But with the release of the Bayou, you could have at least got rid of some of the older sea creatures, if that makes sense. Like, Rider of the Deep isn't needed here. Yes, I have a personal vendetta against Rider of the Deep. Squids, even. Most people, if they're squid fishing, they go for night squids and or just fish in the park. Now, as for the entirety of the update, it's a good update. It does, improve the system that is fishing in some way, but, it made the other rods obsolete and unneeded. Then on top of that, they have it set up so that they can add more islands and put it behind like a fishing level wreck. But why not add 2 islands at a time? Why only give us one? Especially if it's something so simple as this. Then, oh, yeah, all you gotta do is do a button that does /warp hub at position, blah, 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 yada, yada. And that's just it. That is kind of my big rant on this. It really didn't improve lava fishing. Lava fishing is just absolutely ass. Yes, it's more EXP, but I mean, it takes more time due to the fact of having a mob cap. If lava fishing didn't have a mob cap, this update wouldn't even be ranting about it. It's a good update. But the fact of that they're still keeping lava fishing slow, and it just kind of feels like the entirety of the update is just thrown at our faces. Now, for an overview, I guess, yes, it is an early game update meant for early game players to get early game players into other mechanics rather than, hey, meta, mine, buy hype, pay for your, pay for basically every skill and pay for your catacombs comp, and then you can run Kudra, and then that's how you make your money. On top of, 28 tier 11 slime minions, mithril infused. Ooh. Yes, I get that. This update was meant to get people away from the meta. But that's about it. There's nothing it really added. Hell, I was looking through NPC dialogue, and I'm not sure when they changed the wizard's dialogue. Is just because they're doing micro updates that we as the players don't notice because they don't post the patch notes because they want to keep it a secret to build onto the lore. But what happened to Skyblock being lore heavy instead of here, have an update, here, have an update, here, have an update? Oh, now you have more fairy souls to find and more bestiary. And yeah, that's just basically it. It's more of a detrimental thing to even think of, if that makes sense. As a long-term Skyblock player, I do believe that Skyblock is going in a worse direction than it has ever been by focusing only early game players. You're just going to get those later players to quit. Yes, there may be a select few of us, anywhere between, I want to say, 90 to 500 online at all times. But that's about it. None of us are really, or none of the late game players are sticking around, especially the ones who have profiles as old as mine, is because there is no point. What is there to do? Every update, it's just grind the early game update again and again and again. And then, oh wow, they added bestiary and rare sea creatures that you can only fish at a higher sea creature or fishing level. Okay, but it's just so flooded by other sea creatures. I just hope for the future of updates, especially the Backwater Bayou, is that it's not underwhelming on launch. It actually encourages players to stick around rather than, hey, this is boring. What they could have done to absolutely make people enjoy this update is bring back loot sharing fishing EXP. And I know many people hate that I say that because it's like, oh, what was the reward? What was the reward? Someone else fish up sea creatures and you could just leech half of it. I'm saying bring it back at a reduced rate, at least 10%, to make it viable to fish with friends. And knowing that most of my friends have quit Skyblock, there's nothing left for me to do at all. Yes, I can grind dungeons with random parties, but where are those enjoyable moments I have in a Discord call with friends? Where's those enjoyable moments playing Kudra or fishing with friends? In my opinion, it just absolutely ruined Skyblock whatsoever. Now, that's just my opinion and my opinion only. Is that, with every update, more and more players quit, or as time goes, more and more players quit. The Backwater Bayou would have been beneficial to come out after global attributes, just so you could put either fishing speed on a normal fishing rod or double hook as soon as those global attributes dropped. And that would have been with the forging update. And I'm not saying this just to cope that with forging I'm number 107 in spruce. I'm not saying that, or the fact that I'm not even a forging 50 yet. And I'm not saying that just because I want a forging update soon. I'm saying that due to the fact of that there's really nothing that a solo player could do anymore. Thank you guys for listening to the rant. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you feel like you're up for debate, no, I'm joking on that. If you like the video, please like and comment. And if you like my style of content, please subscribe. It helps me in the long run. I need it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This is XD Slicer. Bye-bye.